down. Hello and welcome back to Legend Esports. Today we are tuning into the LRS Draft. Today I have Caster's Dream, Unforgiven, and Banana Bread. Welcome, guys. How do you think the matches are going to go today?
Well, considering the fact that the Wizards are 0-4 and the Phantoms are 1-3, if Wizards get a dub here tonight, they'll move up in the standings over the Wizards. I'm not sure if they played the Sharks quite yet, so tiebreaker will still be around there depending if the Sharks will lose, but getting a dub here on stream will definitely be a really big step forward for them trying to fill up these shoes on that way to that LRS Draft Cup there.
Yeah,
And
I do agree. Both teams are looking strong. Like I said, usually, in my opinion, the first 2 weeks of draft is still like iffy for some teams. They're still building up the synergy. So I love to see how the Phantoms and how the Wizards have improved their team play.
yeah, and not only that, there haven't been any trades that have gone for LRS Draft either. So these teams really sticking with what they got here, trying to get ahead and do something. And these two teams, they're at the bottom of the standings or around there at the moment. So a big win for either the Phantoms or the Wizards could propel them a bit forward, putting the Phantoms up there at 2-3, and or putting the Wizards there at 1-4. So either way, this is a very important game for both of these teams to try and make sure that they can still contend for the playoff slots that will be coming in the later weeks. And for our second game, also going to be a very spicy game because it is two of the top teams in the standings, the Tigers and the Rattlers. Rattlers being 4-0, the Tigers being 3-1. So we have some really interesting games that can decide some very.
That is also true. If you did not know, as well as if Tigers do win their match tonight, they are going to be tied with the Vipers.
Depending on
If the
how
Vipers, if the Vipers win their game, as well.
yeah,
So,
and if the game ones go their way as well too. So
and it looks like both teams are ready for a draft. So I'm going to send you guys over to draft, and we can get this started.
Ooh, welcome everybody. We're in for some saucy action here tonight. Two of the bottom teams, two of the top teams. We got the highs of the highs, the lows of the lows. As we start getting right into the draft phase here between these two teams, what do you expect to come out of the ban phase so far tonight here, Dream, for now?
well, a first rotation casted ban was definitely not on my list of champions that should be banned in first rotation, but clearly targeting the mid lane pools here from each of the players. The Cassidon going away, and then on the other side, the Aurelia is going to be taken away from Santa Baroni there, and Cassidon and Yone taken away from Dark Angel 051. I mean, this player is Diamond 2, so very, very strong player in that mid lane. Need to be a bit careful for them.
Yeah, man, Dark Angel 051 really specializes in those like really strong kind of divey assassins. They scale super well. They can pop you, they can immediately snap right back, either one. So Morgana's gonna get taken off the table too here. Morgana being still a very strong staple jungler. Patch hasn't quite come out yet for her nerfs for her W yet. So Phantoms, they're gonna opt to ban Aurelia, Teemo, and
The
Zac.
Teemo is a Gwen ban. Gwen is not on the
Okay.
on PentaQ yet, so the Teemo is a placeholder that is a Gwen ban.
Okay, so far looking over here, looking at the stats, doesn't look like anybody really plays Gwen here. There's a ton of Kled spam. There's a lot. But Nautilus going to be a first pick here, knowing very well that's going to go to Salt Spreader in the bot lane there, being a sub for the Wizards tonight. He's very good on the Nautilus, just kind of getting these picks, using his roam potential, kind of depending on his ADC to play really safe. But overall, it's like the Nautilus is a very good champion overall, Spider Nautilusing around, or if you want to look for these hard engages. But against an Alistar, it's going to be a little tricky. Nocturne will be picked up here for the side of the Phantoms here. Very strong flex pick in the jungle top or mid lane angle there. So we'll see where that goes next here on this draft.
Yeah, one of those special jungle picks that has been able to be flexed into different roles there, along with the Lee Sin. So Nocturne, very, very good at making the Wizards engage a bit more difficult, because you can't engage on something you can't see. In Nocturne, well, he takes the entire map and turns it to utter darkness, and it's kind of hard to also react to plays if you can't see where Alistair's coming from while that darkness is coming down as well. It looks like it's going to be responded with the Udyr and the Misfortune. We have seen Juanito Sol on the Misfortune before, and good lord, this man is on a different level when he's playing this champion.
Yeah, Juanito Sol, definitely one of the top tier ADCs in the league by far, is a former champion. He is also playing in the LAS draft, so tune in for that next Monday. But yeah, MF, very, very good champion, very disgusting. You already have a lot of setup to hold somebody down for a while. So unless like the Nocturne holds the ult for a while, then you kind of want to try to maybe save it, get it back on that Misfortune. Udyr is going to be picked up for Karthik in the jungle here. He's a very good Udyr player, you know, running around, getting ganks off while still out farming you like crazy. Kai'Sa will be picked up here for the Phantoms. Let's see. Box Cutter here. He does play a decent amount. It is a little bit on the lower win rate side in the solo queue universe there, but solo queue NA is terrible. But his KDA is not that bad. So let's see if you can kind of transfer that KDA to the competition setting here now.
Yeah, it will be pretty. We also are seeing the bans starting to come through as well. Singe, a very interesting ban going in here. Definitely a targeted ban. We don't really see Singe played all that much. It is going to be followed up by a Silas and Vladimir ban. Both of those champions are very, very strong right now. Silas is a very strong counter into the Nocturne. Nocturne can't ult what he can't see. Same thing when you're engaging with against the Nocturne as well. And Vladimir, just a very powerful scaling champion that is very hard to deal with in the later stages of the game. Lee Sin going to be taken away. I talked a little bit about him earlier. One of those one of those junglers that can be flexed into multiple roles. But we do see the Phantoms go ahead and pick up the Wukong here for that top lane carry onto Quinks. So, what do you think about this combination that the Phantoms have so far? Because it looks very dangerous.
Phantoms have like a really hard diving composition. They have so far they already have 3 different champions that have a lot of dive potential, and they have CC. So the Kai'Sa can't immediately dive back there with the ultimate there. Ornn's gonna be grabbed here in the top lane against the Wukong. Ornn is not that bad in that matchup. You do scale a lot harder. So we're gonna see how Santa Baroni plays into that matchup there. But Phantoms do need to pick a AP source. 3 of Dark Angel 051's picks have been taken off the table. Most of them AP, including the Yone, I'd say sometimes. But so we're gonna have to see what Dark Angel goes here, as Amastan is gonna pick the Rumble mid here to go into Dark Angel. So we're gonna have to see what kind of spicy stuff he's gonna pick up here, as it is going to get really, really hot up in that mid lane there.
Yeah, and you're meaning that very, very literally. That Flame Spitter does a lot of damage in the early game. It allows for the Rumble to shove quite easily. And Wizards have put themselves together a really nice composition. It can both hard engage and disengage. They don't have to fully commit onto anything besides maybe a Nautilus hook. The Ornn ultimate they don't have to hard commit on, but their Wombo combo is disgusting. The slow from the Rumble ultimate can keep people inside of Misfortune's ultimate long enough for her to just rip through everybody. We do see that Phantoms have picked up the Echo as their last pick. I'm not too sure how that matchup goes in the mid lane between Rumble and Echo, but I would assume that in levels 1 through 5, the Rumble does win that, because Echo wants to dive into a Rumble, and Rumble wants you to dive into him so he can burn your face off.
Yeah, man, it's like Rumble jungle is very, very meta right now, but lane rumble is still very strong. You know, just kind of like that poke, especially into, you know, those melee matchups, as you said, is just not a fun time, especially since rumble is manaless. And if he starts kind of heating up a little bit, that flame spitter is going to hit all that much harder. And when you're trying to go in and he's overheating, it's not going to be a fun time for you when he pops that scrap shield and negates about half your damage. So as we start getting into kind of like this pick phase here, man, so far looking at the draft for both sides, Wizards, they drafted kind of like a very strong end of composition. Each lane has some kill pressure and they have a lot of setup. The Phantoms, they have a lot, they're pretty much all dive. They're looking to go straight onto this MF. So we're gonna have to see if the Wizards can kind of use their little stuns and all of their little ults to try to peel this misfortune as much as possible from the Phantoms and see if they can pick up their first dub today here in LRS Draft.
It is going to be very, very difficult for the Wizards to actually protect this misfortune. She doesn't have a lot of defenses for herself. In fact, all she really has is the Flash and maybe the Gale Force if she goes that route. Whereas the Phantoms, they have the Wukong's clone into ultimate. They have the Nocturne's ultimate. They have the Alistair for his EQ combo, and the Echo. He can just get onto the backline very, very quickly and safely because of his own ultimate. Defending the misfortune is going to be quite difficult. However, there is a lot of point and click CC. The press R button on the Nautilus, the bear slap from the Udyr as well, and the knock up from the Ornn. If they're not careful and not watching where that pillar is or where a wall is, they can get knocked up fairly easily. The Rumble able to delay engages with his ultimate or engage himself. So Wizards, they do have answers, but it will be very difficult to keep this MF alive, which as the game goes on will probably be the main carry source, because Rumble will start to fall off in the later stages of the game once people have resistances to weaken the Rumble's ultimate from ripping through them.
Yep, that's the great thing about, that's also the great thing, is because Phantoms really only have one tank and like 2 or 3 pseudo tanks. So like it is not the worst thing in the world, but Phantoms do have very, very strong scaling with the Wukong, Echo, Kaisa. Nocturne kind of, so he kind of like scales up once he hits level, basically he's pretty much good once he hits level 6 just because of the hard utility of his ultimate. But overall, Wizards, you know, they drafted an overall balanced composition here. Santa Baroni is not exactly very comfortable on the Ornn, but Ornn is just kind of one of those champions where if you don't int your lane, you're pretty much set for life. We both know that in the bot lane here, they both got very strong comfort picks for them, and Karthik also got his Udyr comfort pick. So this, we're gonna have to see how that goes. Mid lane matchup, it's gonna be a little rough for Echo, but same thing for top lane. If he doesn't int, it is all good, and he'll scale kind of right out of that lane. Alistair is a pretty saucy pick here, seeing if he does play it. He does not. Okay, interestingly enough. Oh no, he does right here. Ugh. Okay, that one rate's a little, but like his KDA is not that bad. But overall, like we see some really saucy stuff here in this team. Both these teams here tonight. But overall, man, who are you giving the slight edge to tonight?
Really, I do have to give the edge over to the Phantoms this time around, just because their dive is just so powerful. The burst that they have just happens so quickly that it's nearly impossible for them to fully defend the misfortune and the Rumble there in the backline. And Rumble isn't even a full backline champion because he has to get close for pretty much most of his abilities there. So it is going to be quite difficult, so I am going to give the edge, especially once the mid game gets around. I do give the edge over to the Phantoms here, but if this game does go late and those Ornn items start coming in, I do think that the Wizards do have a slight edge in that late game. Despite all the damage they have, by the time that time comes around, it will be very, very difficult for them to actually kill targets on the other side.
Yeah, man, I expect both sides. I expect some really spicy stuff. Both sides have very aggressive compositions going into the early game here. So kind of as we kind of wait for this spectator delay to go down, we're just going to maybe go to a slight little break here, maybe possibly.
Oh, you're going to go into break in about a minute and a half. We still got a little bit more to talk about
okay,
here.
Then. Yep, yeah. Okay, so Yeah, Wizards are gonna have a little bit of a rough time, but you do have the Ornn and the Nautilus as long as you kind of sit on the Misfortune and you kind of look for that. You kind of play front to back. You kind of play this back and forth motion because the moment that the Phantoms pull their trigger, then that Misfortune is going to be the #1 priority to keep alive because she is the primary damage dealer in this instance. Rumble might possibly get melted, but as long as he kind of gets those defensive items early, he should be fine. But overall, like, everybody on Phantoms has the ability to either, outside of the support, either A, solo carry, or B, go on for full-on engage or flank. So it is going to be a very rough time for the Wizards. And overall, I will give my little check mark to the Phantoms also.
Yeah, this game is going to be very difficult for both teams. Both these teams have very strong, glaring advantages in certain stages of the game. Like, for example, the early game, that bot lane is very, very one-sided towards the Kai'Sa Alistar, just because Misfortune has a very hard time fighting against the Kai'Sa. Once she gets that first auto off, her damage significantly decreases. But we'll go a little bit more into that after the break, as we do go ahead and let the spectator delay run out. We're going to go into a short break while the game loads up. We will see you in a few moments.
Hello, welcome back everybody as we get ready for some LRS draft action here tonight with the two lowest of the low teams. No offense, but as we start getting ready to get onto this draft here, or the game here on Summoner's Rift, both teams are looking to go for a very basic 5-point start here.
Except for Udyr, who is rushing back to base.
That's rough. It'd be like that, dude.
It looks like he went and bought an Oracle lens and is coming back out there.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Doesn't even want to get a ward out before he goes for the Oracle lens. I'm actually quite interested to see if that's going to pan out for him early on.
I'm just gonna like give him the benefit of the doubt that he's going sweeper just because, like, for Udyr, if you know where he's pathing really early, then that's just a really big advantage that you kind of start on the opposite end, and then you look more for like start on the opposite end because he will outclear you most likely, even though you are a Nocturne. But a ward will get placed there by the Phantoms into the top side.
Oh, we might have a delayed invade coming on here.
Ooh, delayed invade coming here. That's what the scanner was for. So it looks like they're going to take the blast cone over, and it's going to be a little bit of a party here. They're going to stack right on top of each other, right onto the Alistair here. 3-man pulverize. Karthik did get ignited. He's going to flash out. Going to get the 5th auto there for Box Cutter. Salt Spreader Juanito is trying to get on out there, but he will. But Box Cutter is going to get a double kill. Dark Angel is going to flash on forward, going to get the Q. Salt Spreader is going to try to Spider Nautilus out, and that's going to be a double kill for Box Cutter in the Phantom's bot laner.
Oh, double kill is exactly what you didn't want to have happen right now. If you were the side of Wizards, that is a horrible start. Taking the blast cone over might have been the mistake there, just allowing for a triple knockup from the Alistair into a double kill for the Kai'Sa. Obviously, until the Kai'Sa goes back, it's not going to be much of anything. But starting with already 900 gold here. Hold on, we got maybe a fight here in the mid lane. Dark Angel's really low though, so needs to be quite careful. We are going to pan down over to the bot side here. As you can see, the Misfortune is at 2 CS to the 11 there, having missed an entire wave. The wave is getting pushed into them as well, so going to have a lot of trouble in this early game here. Dark Angel is very, very low here. Just gets that level up.
Yeah, dude, just like the mid lane, you know, as I said, the Rumble is just gonna, it's like super rough early game for the Echo, just because Rumble is super abusive. You know, top side here, obviously, a lot of bonking around, but mid lane here, Dark Angel's getting real low, gonna flash forward with the Flame Spitter, and that's gonna be another kill there going over in this game. 1 kill per minute already. Flash blown for both sides already, and teleport gonna be used too now.
Hey, Banana, what's your time at? It sounds like you're behind.
3:20, 21.
Yeah, you're behind us and myself in the stream. Hold on a second.
What are you at?
I'm at 331 right now.
Okay, let me. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hold on, we got engagement here in the mid lane here. Rumble might be going down.
Oh, mid lane, gonna get feared up, gonna give the kill over to the Nocturne.
4 minutes even.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, 4, 5. Oh.
Yep.
Okay, we're good. Okay, cool.
Alright, cool. Alright.
Okay, after that little fimble Fumbarooski there with the time controls. So far, 4 kills per minute. Lots of crazy junk happening already. Both teleports gonna be blown here in the mid lane with both flashes. So overall, after, you know, a little bit of a calamity there in the early game, gold lead is about 1.5 here. Most of it is on the Kai'Sa. So...
Yeah, already has a noon quiver here, 4 minutes into the game. Feeling very, very good about their position there. Basically, the bot side is a doomed lane. We do see that the Udyr is coming around. Might be able to sneak into that bot side brush there, possibly baiting an engage. That is a very large minion wave, so it could be very easy. Hold on. Looks like we may get something here.
Ooh, gonna Hex Flash forward, gonna get the auto, gonna headbutt him away. The Nautilus hook is gonna miss. Box Gunner's gonna get the kill on the Karthik. Is he gonna get another one? Juanito Soul does have to flash up, but Box Gunner's gonna get solo killed by the Nautilus. Zotan's gonna have to flash on forward. Gonna get a double headbutt there. Gonna headbutt away Juanito Soul. Zhao Jan is gonna go on down here, and so far it's gonna be a 2-for-2. Toadstep is gonna put the Q out, but it's not gonna get the kill on Juanito. Wave is really big, not gonna go for the dive, and it's gonna be a 2-for-2 trade for both sides.
And the shutdown does unfortunately go over to that Nautilus there, but still another kill over to the Kai'Sa. Now has the pickaxe as well, so and a very, very strong position. It is just the longsword and some boots for the Misfortune there. Nautilus going ahead and picking up the plated steel cap, so gonna minimize Midshay a little bit of that damage coming from the Kai'Sa there, but this Kai'Sa is already looking terrifyingly stronger than Nocturne, picking up 2 kills there as well. So Nocturne feeling pretty good about his position. Gonna go ahead and pick up the first dragon.
Hold up on that top side here. Santa Baroni's gonna get ganked here by the Alistair. The dash is gonna get interrupted by the pulverize there. Hornhorn's gonna get called, but he's just gonna get smacked down with the staff. And that's gonna be a kill going over to Quinks.
That's or not able to get any of his abilities off there. Just too much CC, getting knocked back. Luckily, he did not burn any of his. Didn't burn the flash there, so doesn't have it. We do see that the Alistair has moved into the mid lane here, but the lane was already pushing into the Rumble, so Rumble's going to feel pretty fine about that. They are going for what looks to be a 4-man invade down the bot side, but they are going to get spotted out by a troll ward, so that play is going to be stopped this time around, but it looks like we still have 3 people hanging around on that bot side there, so needs to be a little bit careful. The Nocturne is not level 6 yet, most importantly, so not going to chance it. I'm just going to go ahead and back off, go back to his jungle, hopefully get level 6 off of his next camp there. We do see a level lead in the mid lane here. Hold on.
That mid lane here, Dark Angel is going to get jumped on, but going to use that movement speed, just going to walk on out there. A little bit hard just because Rumble doesn't really have any CC, and the Chrono Break is up, but Amistan's going to get jumped on here. There goes the Paranoia. It's going to get... And then Amistan's going to get popped, going to get launched right up, and he's going to get taken down by the Echo in the mid lane.
Yeah, burning the equalizer there, but unable to get the damage down enough to kill the Nocturne, unfortunately. So ends up being another kill over to the side of Phantoms, and Phantoms got to be feeling pretty good about this. About 2,000 gold in the lead here, 8 minutes in, 3 kills to 7. They already have the first Mountain Dragon. They can go for the Rift Herald if they so chose here. It has already spawned onto the map to try and propel their gold lead a little bit further, but it looks like they're going to reset the mid lane here. Rudier is heading towards the top side of the map, and it looks like Ornn has a bit of an advantage up there on the top side. Has the plated steel caps, can probably get the Bramble Vest very soon, but looks like he is not going for that as he has the health crystal, so maybe the Bomby Cinder as his next item there.
Yeah, man, just overall, like, Phantoms are pushing their leads really hard, you know? They have a lot of dive, a lot of damage. Like, it's kind of like a little opposite to the Wizards composition. So Phantoms are doing a very, very good job kind of pushing their leads really hard. Now mid lane here, Dark Angel taking advantage of said lead, going onto Amistan, gonna knock him down to about half health. Salt Spreader is gonna roam mid here, so Amistan is gonna kind of try to bait it a little bit. But we're gonna see he's probably not gonna go and probably know something is a little bit fishy as 2 more Phantoms are coming into the mid lane here.
Yeah, we do see that Alistair is heading towards that mid laner.
Over. Paranoid goes onto the Nautilus. Gonna flash a little bit late there. Equalizer going down. Not gonna do much as Toadstep picks up another kill, adding to his collection there.
Yeah, just predicting Salt's movement there pretty much the entire way through. Unfortunately for Salt there, and it looks like Santabroni is going to take another fight here in the top side.
Yep, top side here. Quinks is gonna pop the ult there. Both are popping the ult. Ornhorn's gonna get called, but it is not gonna get canceled yet. Quinks is gonna take down the Ornn bot lane here.
Oh.
Obviously, the Alistair is gonna dive, gonna get the kill onto the Misfortune. Dark Angel's gonna go in, Chrono Break on out. That's gonna be a 3 for none for the side of the Phantoms here, as Amistan is gonna get dived upon again by the Echo. Salt Spreader is going to get chunked down really, really hard. Spider Nautilus on out, but the wave is pushing. They're going to keep forcing this little fight here. Going to give the kill over to Box Cutter. And that's going to be a 4 for none this time around, as Phantoms keep pushing their lead forward in this game.
Yeah, Santa Baroni going down there in the 1v1 in the top side. And both of the laners on the bot side going down as well. I do believe Karthik did go down in that, and so did Amistan. So yeah, 4 for nothing. Kills are now 3 to 12. It is now getting close to about a 5,000 gold lead here at the 11-minute mark. Dragon is spawning here in the next 8 seconds. So we're gonna see what kind of soul it is. I do believe Mountain and Cloud do make an Infernal Soul, but it could be a Ocean Soul. I can't remember. I haven't looked at my chart in a while, so I do think it is an Infernal Soul. But the way this game is going, I do feel like that the Phantoms are going to take their lead and just run away with it. And the Difficulty of keeping their players protected for Wizards, as we talked about in pregame, is very, very difficult. So,
Yeah, man. Just overall, Gold Lead isn't. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. About 12 minutes. It's a 4K, 4.5K Gold Lead so far. 3 to 12 in kills, and they're about to go up 2 Drakes here. The bullet time is going to go back is going to go out a little bit late here. Karthik is going to go onto the Rift Herald here, seeing if they can try to trade something. But Queens is going to spot out the roam by Salt Spreader on that control ward there. But there comes another couple there. There goes the Paranoid, going to go straight onto the Udyr. Udyr's going to get chunked on really hard there. Not quite tell who got the smite there, but it looks better is going to pick it up. Wizards do grab the Rift Herald, but they're going to lose 2 so far. Dark Angel is going to run around really, really fast. Queens is going to grab the kill, smashing him with the staff there. But it looks like Amistad's going to go down here to the Alistair. Almost a solo kill, as it's a 4 for a Rift Herald.
yeah, they do manage to pick up Rift Herald. Unfortunately, it's not on somebody that you wanted on. And they lose 4 people for it. Obviously, the Misfortunate and the Kaisa stayed down there in the bot side. So
bot lane here. Oh, man, that's just a rough time, man. Fox Cutter could go for the dive. He does have killer instinct, so if he goes in for another auto, he's gonna get the ISO Q. Just gonna style his way on out there, gonna pick up the solo kill on Juanito. Karthik in the top side here, chasing the Toad Step, but Amistad's gonna be in the wrong neighborhood, even though this is your jungle. Dark Angel's gonna go in, gonna land the stun onto 1 person. Santa Peroni is also gonna get traded down upon 2. But Karthik is just going to run out there with the Bear Stance. Going to stun up Dark Angel. Going to get a lot of damage down, but doesn't have enough cooldown to go for the rest of the dive. And that's just going to be another 2 for 0 for the Phantoms.
This game is looking really, really rough here. Looks like Peroni going to head back towards that top side there. Try and get rid of the wave so it doesn't get crashed on. Meanwhile, Kaisa down there in the bot lane has just been free farming the tower there, and it looks like they might get it. Hold on.
Bot side here, another fight, and almost another solo kill. Box Cutter's gonna flash on in there, gonna get the last auto. Box Cutter, is he gonna go down? And he will. Shut down going over to the Misfortune, much needed. But man, that's just the power of that Kaiso with all those kills. 6, 2, 3 at 14 minutes, 19-4 for the rest of the team. 8K gold lead.
Yeah, and none of you guys can see it, but we can see the chat here. Kaisa's heal was up in 5 seconds, which would have allowed her to survive the dive there, unfortunately. Oh, and oh my lord, the damage onto Karthik there. And he's one of their tanks.
Ugh, man, just struggle when a tank is starved of much needed money. Dark Angel is going to go in there, going to get a little cheap damage, can just chrono break on out, not to have to worry about the poke. But like this game is looking pretty grim. It's looking very, very, very grim, and like it helps to be, you know, a little positive every now and then. But this is just, it's really hard to. But you know, plus side is keeping up in CS with the Wukong, even though he is down 4 kills. He's keeping up in CS overall. Like CS leads are not very high. Phantoms aren't really playing that macro game. They're kind of using their item advantage more and just being very aggressive, looking for dives and kills, pushing down these towers. But bot lane, Paranoia is going to go down. He's going to be right on top of the flaming red carpet. But Zhao Jan's, the Alistair, is going to take the tower out. Just going to walk on out as Toadstep does pick up another kill on the bot side here.
The flaming red carpet. I've never heard Rumble's ultimate called that, but boy do I love it. I think I'm gonna start calling that from now on. Here.
But mid lane here, gonna land a stun onto 2, but gonna chrono break backwards, see if he can catch out Juanito's soul. But that's just an example of the power here. Bot side, Karthik is just gonna get dived. He does have his mythic item, but it's not enough as the Alistair is too beefy. Mid lane here, Nocturne is coming in for a collapse here. Salt Spreader is low on mana, is going to be the sacrificial lamb here, giving the kill over the Dark Angel. Tozan's going to walk on forward, gonna get the stun, but he's going to get taken down. A little bit too ambitious there, and a lot of much needed kills going over to the Wizards and Juanito Sol.
Yeah, when you're still getting those 2 kills, going to feel pretty good about that. The Turbo Chem Tank finally finished for the Udyr there, so having a little bit of a semblance in this game here. The Gale Force now completed for the Misfortunes. They're going to feel pretty good about that. Unfortunately, what should be the Night Harvester for the Rumble there, I do believe that is his normal build, is still not complete yet. As the 3rd dragon, it is an Infernal like I predicted. The Infernal 3rd one going to go over for free over to the side of Phantoms here, as Cicerone taking another bad trade in that top side. I mean, he's tanky enough to survive it, but his turret is not going to survive. Next time he does finish, the Sunfire Aegis there in lane, so they're gonna have a bit more beef to him, make it a bit harder to dive him.
That's unfortunate, man. That's
he missed it.
He's gonna do a Fimble Fumble Roosie there on the Hex Splash, gonna get taken down by a Dark Angel, and that's just highly unfortunate.
Yeah, not making it over that wall is spells death for him, unfortunately. Trying to mimic a play that we saw in highlight clips a while ago. Unfortunately unable to do it on the opposite side of the map here, as another kill does go over now. 5 kills to 23, and this is an 11,000 gold lead here at 17 minutes. What an insurmountable lead that they have to come back from just to get into this game here. On the bright side, though, if you are a fan of the Wizards here, there is a lot of standing gold that is sitting in the way of Wizards in victory, and there are a lot of shutdowns for them to take. So this game is still within reach if they can get a really good team fight here, get some of those turrets knocked down. They have to contest that last dragon down there, so that could be their time to come back in. However, looks like the second Ripchild is going to be taken, probably going to be put into that mid lane there for just more pressure onto the map.
Yeah, man. Top wave is gonna push. Riptail's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be picked up. It's gonna be immediately dropped here. Looks like it's gonna path mid lane. So Toadstep, having zero fear whatsoever, already has the Sterix, already has a Stride Breaker. Just gonna walk on forward here. Doesn't really care that he's gonna get picked off. Rift Shelly is gonna get a charge off into the mid lane. Gonna knock down the mid tier 2. Hook is not gonna quite hit, but we'll get that reduced cooldown. So is Rift Herald gonna get another charge? No, it is not. Bot lane here, Dark Angel is pushing the bot tier 2 down. Should be able to take it here. Has an 18 stack Mejais. So Karthik is gonna come by to see if he can contest Dark Angel, but probably not gonna do too much, not having any MR whatsoever, as the Phantoms start running rampant inside of the Wizards jungle here.
Yeah, and with this many players that are being pulled in all directions there, you can see the vision that is being set up around that Baron, which is spawning in the next 2 minutes or next 30 seconds here. Hold on.
Oh man. Dark Angel just gonna go flash forward with the E, gonna chrono break back, but is gonna get the depth charge down, gonna cancel it out with the stopwatch. Juanito did Gale Force forward. Is he gonna donate the kill? Gonna get the shutdown to Juanito Sol. That's a lot of standing gold given to the MF there, but they used a lot of stuff to try to get that one kill. So if they can keep this Misfortune alive, this is gonna be really, really spicy stuff here in this game.
Luckily, really the biggest thing that they did have to burn there was the Rumble Splash and the Depth Charge from the Nautilus there. Still has the bullet time, have the equalizer available, and I would say most importantly, the Call of the Forge God there from the Ornn. So those 3 really big team fighting abilities still available for the dragon that is spawning in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Death Charge should be up by that time too. The Chrono Break should also be up as well. So if anywhere we're going to get a full 5v5 team fight, which I do believe is where the composition of Wizards team shines, that is going to be the place to do it.
Yeah, man, so far nobody is setting up on this Drake yet except for that one solitary control ward placed by the Phantoms. And Ornn is topside. Drake's gonna be up in about a minute. So overall, trying to get these wave states in a really good spot here but it is a little bit harder with the tier 1 turret still up for the Phantoms. So overall, it looks like first priority is going to be given to the Phantoms, of course, as they do start getting a couple wards down. The rest of the 5 are just going to walk up, even though they do have teleports. So they're just going to kind of stack up here now, going to set their vision line and see if they can get a little bit of something here. No flank wards placed down quite yet for Quinks to see if he can go in. Juanito, there are lots of wards going to get placed down, so ward line is placed already. Quinks is still top side. Zojan is on the flank on the with the Alistair here. Not sure if he get spotted by the ward yet. So he's gonna go really, really far. Toe step is gonna get Call the Force God gonna get called here. Toe step is gonna get engaged upon, but here comes the teleport by Quinks. That's a 4-man bullet time, but that's a really good ultimate there. Big knockup, gonna take down 3, gonna take down 4. That's gonna looks like it's gonna be an ace here for the Phantom as they get the very spicy Inferno Solioli here.
And that was their one chance to try and come back into this game there, but Infernal Soul going over, it looks like they're going to take the Baron as well. We already see Echo down on that bot side pushing that wave in, and honestly, this might just be game here at 22 minutes. It's going to be one of the shorter games of LRS Draft here, because at this point I don't see a way for them to come back from this, because now we're sitting on a, what is that, 15,000 gold lead here at 22 minutes. So yeah, this is one of the biggest gold leads I've seen in quite a while.
Oh man, what is that? Like, what? Math. 2, 9, that's what, 7? 17k. 17k gold lead, 23 minutes. You need the problem is, you need at least 4 members to kill 1 person. You need 4 members to kill 1 person. So, a team fight where, you know, you got those numbers, math. I mean, I'm not good at math, but those numbers don't exactly add up, man. So, 4 shutdowns on 4 different carries here. Fox Cutter 826 on the Kaisa. Dark Angel 051 729. Toadstep not died yet. Pretty much having a perfect game here with every objective. 0, 8, 0, and 12. And Quinks also with having a perfect game. 5, 0, and 7. Pretty much it looks like Phantoms might end this game here on a perfect, not quite perfect, but objective-wise, they're pretty much on a perfect game. 4 Drakes, the first Baron, both Rift Heralds, and no towers dropped yet. So it looks like 5 stack here in the top side for the Wizards to see if they can salvage whatever is the rest of this game, while the rest of the Phantoms kind of split up this map.
Yeah, and this is the problem that I was seeing with the composition from Wizards here. They don't have very many answers to deal with the diving potential of the enemy team. As we see their biggest tank, Santa Baroni, is running away from the Wukong here.
Oh my god, Fox side here. Gonna try to get the engage, but the Echo's immediately gonna get a double kill. Fear's not gonna quite pop. Void Seeker is also not gonna go down. Equalizer does go down, but it's not gonna do that much damage here. And this looks like it might be the end of the game. The last hope they have is the Forge God. So it is going to be called here, but Amistad is going to get... Holy cow! He's going to get popped immediately with the 3 procs of the passive here. Santa Brony is going to get taken down for the last time in this game. Echo is going to pick up a double kill here as the Nexus towers are going to get taken down here. God. And the Nexus is finally going to be targeted, and that will be the end of the game. Phantoms taking a win over, and as they go up 2-3 in the LRS Draft.
Yeah, fighting against the curse that the Phantoms name has there, getting their record up to 2-3, and be feeling pretty good about that. And the Wizards unfortunately do drop to 0-5. They do have another game to play tonight, so they can still turn it around, but that game, the damage from that Echo is ridiculous. I'm looking at the damage charts right now, and 24,437 there. The next highest person was the Kaisa there, but Rumble did do quite a bit of damage, being the 3rd highest, just barely, but not able to do much of anything that game for the Wizards. And we do see Phantoms proving everybody wrong here as they move up in to 2 and 3 in the standings. Very good job from every single one of those players there, especially the Zogane. I think that's how they I was told to pronounce it. Zogan. On that Alistair there, pretty much everywhere where he needed to be. If anybody wants that player of the game, I do think that support definitely deserves it.
Yeah, man, just lots of choices are to be made this evening. One of them can be made by you, the viewer, as you pick who will be the player of the game. Is it going to be Quinks, Toadstep 123, Dark Angel 051, Box Cutter, or Zogane? As the poll is going to open up here, just kind of put who you think is going to be voted for. Overall, like every one of these players on the fan put an absolute clinic here. 25-minute stomper on stream. We're going to be on stream. We're going to break the curse on stream. So they're going to pick up this dub. So, as y'all are getting those votes out, we're going to take a slight little break here as we start getting ready for the second game tonight between the two top teams, between the Rattlers and the Tigers.
Okay, and welcome back after that banger of a game. It looks like your player of the game is going to be Zhao Gin, running on the Alistar, bringing out the cowbell himself, going 1, 2, and 23. He, in my opinion, was the reason why Phantoms won. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, man, just everywhere. Like anytime that the Wizards try to make any kind of play across the map, Zhao Jane, Zhao Gain, Zhao Gain, Zogain. There we go, Zogain. He was always there. Like it's just yeah, it's like he pretty much put a stop to any sort of play that the Wizards try to make and just kept them at that huge deficit really early there, especially with that three-man pulverize early. So very great job for Zogain and the rest of the Phantoms here
Mm-hmm.
tonight.
Yeah, no, Zo came and played out his mind. I think he deserved player of the game. I have to give it to. I have to also give Juan some credit. Juan, he tried his hardest. He kept in. He actually went even in CS, even though he had a really rough laning phase, and he was able to pick up some shutdown gold for himself, trying to keep up with the Kaisa as much as possible.
Yeah, man, the Wizards, they tried as much as they could, but Zogain was always there. He was that big traffic cone just to kind of be a warning and stop them right there in their tracks, man.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to apologize to players if we do say your names wrong. I do apologize. It's just when you see a name on here, you think it's one way, but if it meant the other way, just please correct us. Try to help us pronounce it as best as possible, so we can pronounce your name as best as possible. But we're just waiting for game two. Are you guys excited for game two? I'm quite excited. I am
Oh
always
yeah,
excited to see Sergeant Hades.
yeah. Um, that's my pupil right there. I love the guy to death.
And one of the reasons I love about Sergeant Hades is that he's a Zoe player. I used to be a Zoe one trick when I was in the mid lane, and I love watching really good Zoe players.
Hey there, guys. We can't be spilling all these secrets quite yet.
Well,
You know,
everyone
They
already
already
knows.
know
Yeah,
what.
everyone
They
already knows.
already
He
know.
Zoe's a permaban for him.
If they don't perma ban it, good luck.
But
yeah,
other
man.
than that, it's the Tigers as well. Tigers is also looking like a strong team and tied for second place as far as I know, unless they won their first game. But they are tied on the standings in second place with the Vipers.
Yeah, gonna be curious to see if they can pull away in the standings there. Obviously, they are facing a mountain of a threat against the Rattlers today. Not 100% sure who the Vipers are playing today. Let me go ahead and go double check that really quick.
I think it's Panthers actually today they're fighting.
Panthers, huh?
Vipers played the Sharks. Or no, wait, no, wait, I looked at it wrong. Vipers played the Tigers
Vipers play
earlier.
Oh, okay. Vipers play Tigers, and then they play Wizards. Okay.
All right, so actually, we are going to know who is the person that,
Yeah,
or the
and
team that is
that
going to be ahead in the standings there. So
that is true.
if
Number two spot.
whichever team wins that game can have the potential to go 2-0, which will push them forward in the standings there. While the other team has the potential to go 0-2, which could drop them in the standings quite significantly there. Uh, if the Tigers lose both these games, for example, and the Panthers end up going 2-0, then it could be the Panthers up there in that third place position. So got to keep a close eye on what's going on. Gators as well. The Phantoms picking up their second win of the split as well. If they can go 2-0, can push them up in the standings too. Same thing with the Sharks there. Fortunately, the Wizards, even if they win their next game, they will still be stuck at the bottom of the standings. They're losing this game.
That is true. Is there any info, like any like constructive criticism you could give to players that are on like the Wizards exactly? Like what they can improve on? What you guys saw that was a little weird?
I just think that it was a draft difference. Honestly, they didn't.
Mhm.
They drafted a composition that was a very straightforward team fight into a composition that was dive backline.
I know I never I did not know this, but apparently I never know you go Conqueror on Rumble in mid lane.
You can. Rumble is pretty
I always thought
malleable,
it was
but
Dark Harvest.
In the
you can.
jungle, it
Yeah.
is Dark Harvest.
Mhm.
I do believe it's either Electrocute or Conqueror up in the mid
But
lane.
he was actually, to be honest, he was actually winning the early game really well because of the Conqueror.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Just overall, man. Like the
Mhm.
the Wizards, they put up a good fight, but it was just overall the Phantoms kind of played the map better. Like it was just pure, like at that point it was just pure macro diff. They were just boxing out the Wizards completely. Like they had
Mhm.
Hall of Fame box. Like they nothing was getting through it at that point. So it's just purely at that point just the Wizards just kind of slowly getting starved out, and they couldn't really push any leads because Zogain was there to put a stop to any kind of plays that the Wizards tried to think up there.
That is true, and like I said before, it's only week 3, so there is still, I think 4 more weeks. I think it goes to week 7 on regular season. So there is still about 4 more weeks left in the regular season for teams to improve. So I'm looking forward to see how well the Wizards improve and see if they change their playstyle or not.
Oh, this is just coming in here. It does look like the Tigers did achieve victory over the Vipers in their
Oh,
game here. I do see that Focus Improve is typing in the match history chat. So, yep, Tigers did win 1-0 over the Vipers there.
and it looks
Very
like, and
hard.
also Radlers did win their game against Panthers as well. So Radlers is still holding their spot for number 1.
Yeah, but if the Tigers can't beat them here, it would tie them in the standings, both
That
in the
is
first
true.
place slot. So this is a potential battle to solidify themselves for first place here in this next one. I think we should go to a very quick break while the teams get set up because they did just get out of the game, at least the Tigers. So.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, as we start getting straight into the draft phase for the Tigers versus Rattlers game. This game will not really be a decider, but it is definitely very high stakes, as whoever loses this game will drop farther into the standings, and whoever wins this game is going to stay on top. As the first band that's going to come out is going to be Viego against Newbie Jungle here. Viego, definitely one of those champions that is just really annoying with his intangibility when he's taking somebody's form, or the execute and like the utility that he kind of brings in the jungle with his constant output of damage. Cocaine Cop is gonna get the cane banned against. I'm not really surprised. Zoe gonna get taken away, obviously. Sergeant Hades, one of those very, very good Zoe players. Samir's also gonna get taken off the table, as Butters did play that last game and absolutely Goomba stomped. And Karthus and Rumble gonna get taken off the table here so far.
Yeah, a lot of good bans coming through for both sides of the pools here. Tigers are going to go ahead and pick up that Nocturne as the first pick. Quite interesting to see that it is going to be the first pick Nocturne here when the Morgana is up still, and we are going to see the Sivir Lulu bot lane come in for the Rattlers here. Very, very strong, very safe bot lane as well. Really hard to actually dive on and kill. So it looks like Rattlers are going to look for the safe bot lane and probably look to play through either mid or top. I mean, with the person like Sergeant Hades on the team, playing through mid is probably the best way to go there. It is going to be responded with by the Alistar. I'm not sure I agree with this choice. Alistar into the Lulu is quite a difficult matchup because of the polymorph. If he doesn't time that right, he can just get polymorphed very easily as he's coming in with the E. So
you're referring to the Alistar, right?
Yeah, the Alistar can get polymorphed by the Lulu.
Yeah, it interrupts the W and stuff. Yeah, but the combo is a little fast, so it's all about fast fingers there on the bot side. So Tiger's gonna draft what looks to be a pretty aggressive bot lane here. Rattlers opting more for kind of like they're just obviously gonna play weak side here with the Sivir pick here so far, as you have said, my boy. But Tiger's gonna be a little bit kind of peeping into their time here as they wait to grab their supposed ADC pick, and Vayne is gonna be the pickup for them now. This I like, man.
Yeah, I do love watching Vayne's play, but it is into a rough bot lane there. The Sivir heavily outranges the Vayne, so it has to be a little bit careful about that, and it is going to be followed up by the Morgana, the champion that I expected to be picked up earlier in the rotation. Going to be picked up again, most likely into that jungle slot against the Nocturne there, so obviously could still be played by Hades in the mid lane, but I do expect it to go into the jungle. And Morgana's clear is much faster, so needs to be very careful about that. If this Vayne gets any form of hard CC on her, if she gets binding on her, she will just instantly die. So needs to be a little bit careful.
Yep, Cho'Gath's gonna get taken off here. Sergeant Hades did play it the first game, absolutely crushed against the Vipers. So Tigers were definitely paying attention, doing their homework. Syndra's gonna be taken off the table here too. Grugs does play it mid here. It is his most played and one of his highest win rate, so not surprised. Grugs plays more of those like control mage spellcasters in the mid lane. So Tigers, we're to see where they put a ban here. The top laner is using his other alt account. I can't exactly say his name, but Stuck FK Daro for this player bad. So it looks like Volibear is going to take it off the table here out of that top lane pool. One of those really strong, safe, blind pickable champions here, as we see what the Rattlers are going to pick up here, most likely for the top side.
Yeah, most likely going to leave that counter pick for Hades there in the mid lane. So going for the blind top side, there is a lot of champions that can be put top side that are very good. Blind, the Ornn being one of them. The Malphite is a pretty good one as well. Set also very well. So is the Gnar. Both me and you are very well acquainted with the Nar. You watching RNG kind of one-trick him all last split when you played with him, and me being on the receiving end of Nars. So
Yeah, Nar is just one of those really nice picks. Provides a lot of early game safety while also being one of those team fight juggernauts. As the Orange is going to be picked up here for the second time on stream here today, second and final time, as we wait to see what Grugs is going to pick here. Grugs does have a pretty sizable pool of spellcasters. He does play the Mordekaiser a decent amount, so it'd be very interesting to see that, but he's going to opt for the Oriana here. Sergeant Hades, no stranger to Oriana players, as he did crush one with Cho'Gath his first game.
yeah,
So we're gonna have to do a Sergeant Hades picks here, as he is one of the top mid laners here in the LRS draft.
yeah, and Cho'Gath is banned away from him this time around, so he is going to go for he is going to have to choose something different this time around. So, running down the clock here, 32 seconds in, gonna see what Sergeant Hades is going to go for. I always love seeing what he wants to play.
Whoa, hoo, hoo! Sarah, in the mid lane for Sergeant Hades.
Oh boy, and this is one of those rough matchups for the Oriana there. I am so afraid for what the Tigers are going to be able to do in this game, because the Rattlers, their composition is both safe and very, very good at team fighting there. A lot of answers for any sort of engage that the Tigers can pull off. The Alistair has a lot of trouble with the Lulu. The spell shield from the Sivir can block the either the E or the Q from the Alistair as well. She heavily outranges the Vayne for that bot side. Jungle Morgana, a much faster clearer, can get to her camps a lot easier and get to that very strong level 6 and the binding from half a mile away that lasts forever. In that top side, it's going to be a boring fight between two meatballs. I do think Nar does have an edge because he is ranged most of the time, and in that mid lane, oh man, I think we've seen the Oriana versus Seraphine matchup in the mid lane a few times in the higher elos, but this is not a fun lane for Oriana. She struggles with the Seraphine.
Yeah, man, just Oriana is relatively short range. Depending on how you position the ball, you can get a slight range modifier, but it's really negligible. Sergeant Hades, definitely one of those. He plays a lot of spellcasters, and Seraphine is one of the top ones on the list here. Averaging a pretty decent KDA with a pretty good win rate overall. So we're gonna have to see how this goes here. Rattlers have 3 enchanters, and they have a Sivir with the speed boost, and they have a Gnar that they can boost in to get these really big team fight Gnars into the wall. Tigers, they opted more for kind of like a traditional kind of composition, you know. They have a good mix of dive, they got a good mix of engage, they got a good mix of tanks, they got a good mix of utility overall, but they do take a little bit to scale. Rattlers do have a slight edge when it comes to the early game, but Tigers have a slight edge being that they do have a very traditional front line here, and they just kind of have to play some more traditional League of Legends. But this game is looking to be very, very spicy. 2 top teams in their LRS draft so far as we head into the second half of the week 3 games here tonight. Like, this game, it's not really do or die, but we like to make it seem that way because it makes things a little bit spicy here on the cast for us.
Yeah, and because both these teams won, if the Tigers win here, win this game here, it will tie them for first place with the Rattlers. But if the Rattlers win here, it does solidify their position at the top, going 6-0 for the first, I do believe, 3 weeks of draft here. So going to be sitting in a very, very comfortable position going into the later half of the split here. Going 6-0, never something to sneeze at. Usually a team that does start off with that strong of a start usually does end up getting to playoffs and making a very good run, or just ending up winning it all.
Yeah, man. So far, overall, Rattlers are looking like an absolute beast. As with Sergeant Hades, Sergeant Hades is gonna play a slightly different version of himself. He's not gonna play that hard, like carry style this time around. He's gonna play more of that kind of utility mage here. But kind of like scrolling down on these stats here, gonna try to find the Seraphine. Man, I gotta go real deep into this. Man, that's 2 months ago. But I would assume just based on his KDA, he would most likely go for the Moonstaff build. It is still pretty decent. It did get tweaked a lot. It did get severely nerfed, but it still isn't that bad, especially if you're running like these different items. You can either do double Moonstone, you can do Shirelias that for Lulu, which has been run a lot lately, and you do the the Moonstone on the Seraphine. So like there's just a lot of options that can be juggled around both of these enchanters here in the bot and mid lane. Morgana's most likely going to go the Andrews Anguish just to kind of shred those tanks. It does not stack, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to see how that goes, man. Like both team fights for these compositions are super disgusting. It's super nasty. So in the end, it's gonna come down to the macro game. It's gonna come down who can kind of get the jump on who first, who can get the setup first, and who can get the priority on these objectives and these lanes.
Yeah, and the long range engage from the Rattlers here is nothing to sneeze at either. The Siver's on the hunt there, the Seraphine ultimate to rip through pretty much the entire team there. Gnar being able to jump halfway across a fight into the back line over people's heads. The Morgana's long range Q, along with the Soul Shackle. All of these things able to just lock down the enemy team there, and really there's nobody to go in with the Nocturne for the dive there, and it has to be close range engages too if they want to use the Nocturne Oriana combo. So at the side of Tigers, they do have their work cut out for them. Their engage is very, very strong though with the Alistair, the Ornn. They have a lot of beefy frontline, very hard to cut through. On the other side though, there is very many answers. Unlike the game that we saw previously, this time the team with the dive has a lot of answers waiting on the other side there. So we are going to start ticking down as the spectator delay comes running out. So we are going to go ahead and get into a short break here. We will see you guys once the game starts up.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the second and final game tonight for the LRS Draft here, as we see two of the top three teams go at it here. Vipers or the Rattlers are currently undefeated 4-0. Not quite sure if
No, they are
the
5-0. They did win
five.
earlier
Okay, yeah.
today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot I saw that. But so far they are 5-0. If they can beat the Tigers here today, Tigers are also coming off a hot streak. They also did win their first game. So this game will definitely decide if the Tigers do win here today and the Vipers do either win or they fall, Tigers will go up to the first seed here. So this is pretty much a battle for first place here for both these teams here, as both sides are just going to kind of opt for this 5-point start here. The newbie jungle is going to back and get his Oracle lens here early.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting name coming from the jungler there. Also very interesting with the Dark Harvest there. From both the Seraphine and the Morgana, going for that massive amounts of damage. Going to really enjoy the amount of damage they are going to be feeling out as Aethison decides to take the Boomerang's return hit on purpose here. And yeah, we're just going to start off with the very standard, already getting the root off, a lot of damage onto the Orianna there.
Well, as we said before, not a fun matchup or, pretty immobile. Does have like the slight range advantage there, not gonna land the second beat drop, but he took the Boomerang, man. It's just a show of dominance. Oof, top side here, gonna miss the volcanic rupture, gonna take a couple autos, but yeah, man, like he took it. It's a show of dominance. It's a show of dominance. Like if you're in the face of like this little prehistoric little Yordle creature thing, like it's surprising that he's winning the trades, like being that Gnar is like insanely squishy early. Gnar has like 10 less resistances in mini form, so it is a little bit of a rough time, especially if Ornn can kind of walk up and get those grass procs, and it does double damage there. But so far Grugs is kind of winning out in these early trades a little bit more there with the lower cooldown of the ball and just the simplicity of it. So he is kind of winning the trades here. Outside lots of trading, but looks like this player Bad is going to get chunked really hard. Is about to hit Mega and is about to hit level 3, so he could like hop in here and go for a little bit more of a heavier trade, but we'll see what happens there. Newbie jungle is currently on his red buff, while Nocturne is on his red buff on the opposite end of the map. Both sides just kind of opting for that opposite start. It's in the bot lane here. Obviously, the Sivir and the Lulu are going to be very, very aggressive in this early game matchup. At the top side,
oh, that was a nice unstoppable there from the Ornn.
Ooh, this player Bad definitely being super aggressive here. Could possibly bait an engage here as Ethosyn is walking up into this really big wave. Gonna use his W here. So newbie jungle, is he gonna land the Q? No, not quite gonna land the Q. So he is gonna know where the Morgana is, just gonna walk on out here. Cocaine Cop is gonna go. Chaos is gonna go in here, gonna get the stun onto the Lulu, gonna get double stun, but he is gonna flash, gonna get the heal also, gonna shield himself. But there it goes. The silver bolt's gonna get the final kill there, but the caster maidens are still aggroing the Vayne here, but she is gonna get out. That's gonna be first blood, a much needed first blood going over to focus Nimprov.
Yeah, it could have turned out very differently if the Sivir had the mana for that final Q there, but unfortunately unable to get it. But all 4 summoners down for the bot side versus just the flash from the Vayne and the ignite from the Alistar there. And Orianna still up there as
or the Morgana. But Ethosyn doesn't look like he's gonna get out here unless he buffers the Q. Oh, he's gonna flash out. Oh wow, that's gonna hit. It's gonna loop on through. Gonna force the flash from this player Bad, but flash 4 from newbie jungle is gonna get that kill onto the Ornn. Almost getting a return kill, but a flash for 2 flashes is gonna be a very nice trade overall.
Did that just go through a minion because he was standing behind 2
I don't know,
there.
man. I saw that too, but that's just Riot in a nutshell, man. Or Rito in a nutshell, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because that definitely looked like he was behind minions.
Hitboxes are just not a fun thing, man. Because it's just a rough time, but overall, Newbie jungle, just knowing that Ethosin's gonna kind of go for that, just because he's been playing super aggressive into this matchup. That should favor the Gnar, because somehow the Gnar is 20 CS down, bro. Like, but Newbie jungle is gonna go bot side here, no wards yet, but it looks like they're gonna catch the Alistair. Alistair's gonna get polyed up, gonna get taken down. Butters is going to buffer the condemn with the E as Chaos just flashed on out there. So another summoner not used in that earlier fight, and it's going to do very well for him as Newbie Jungle is kind of hovering around here. Gonna get a decent amount of damage onto Newbie Jungle here, but they're going to clear the vision, kind of prep for this first drag. As the bot side here, Butters is going to get taken down by the Alistair, and they're going to get re-engaged upon here.
Looks like this player Bad wants to go in for a fight, but going to dodge out with the E there from the orange.
Steering charge.
Yeah, the steering charge, thank you. I'm going to dodge out of that. Hold on. Yep. Looks like they're still going to be fighting here.
Oh, there goes the Gnar. Going to go back. Not going to quite hit the wall, but here comes the Ornhorn. He just does dodge the boomerang. Going to go in with the steering charge. Is he going to get the auto? Going to get it taken down. And that's going to be a solo kill there in the top side. Orn versus Gnar. Is at the bot side here. There's going to be another fight for the Tigers. As they get another kill. Paranoid's going to get popped onto the Lulu. Going to get exhausted. Going to fly forward, but the exhaust is just a little bit too much with the slow. And not going to quite get the kill on Poisonous Viper. And it's a 4-1 kill lead for the Tigers here so far at 7 minutes.
Yeah, going to feel very, very good about that as... Hold on. Looks like this night might not be the end of it here, as Sergeant Hades is on the hunt there, but not going to chase after anymore. The Tigers do get the first dragon of the game, going to be the Cloud Dragon chase away, followed by the Mountain. And honestly, this is really good for Tigers starting out. Sitting on about a 2,500 gold lead here, 4-1 in kills. They're feeling very, very comfortable going into this game right now. There's a 20 CS lead almost in the mid lane. So, and Hades not having the same effect that he's had in previous games here. I don't know if maybe it's just a new champion that he hasn't played all that much, but
he is struggling. Yeah, I checked his other account. He does play it a decent amount. But Seraphine, you know, it's one of those champions that you're not really gonna get you're not gonna get a lot of agency against an Ori just because of the lower cooldown. You're gonna get a little bit more priority in lane as we saw before in the early game. Sergeant Hades is prioritizing more of poking the Orianna to pushing the wave, as the Orianna is kind of getting a little bit of both. So, you know, just kind of wait for the Seraphine to build up here as Newbie Jungle is coming through the bot side here. Chaos does have a ward. Gonna get spotted up a little bit, but it doesn't look like too much is gonna happen. But it looks like Brooks is going to the top side here. Gonna look for a top lane dive here. Ornhorn is not quite gonna come up yet, but not much is gonna amount to that, as Sergeant Hades does get a little bit of a push here in mid lane.
Yeah, the side of Viper's not having or struggling in this early game here, but
Rattlers.
Rattlers, sorry. Two snakes. Hold on, we got to fight in the bot lane
bot
here.
Side here. Gonna get the condemn onto Lulu. Not gonna quite hit the wall, but Newbie Jungle is here. Does have the soul shackles. Is focusing improv. Gonna go try to outplay this. Not gonna quite get out the range of the soul shackles. Gonna use the cleanse here, but it is all in vain. There goes the encore out. Sergeant Hades is gonna pick up his first kill of the game here, and that's just a 3-for-none there for the side of the Rattlers, as things are starting to turn around, and the Caster Curse has just come into effect.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the Tigers were off to a great start, and then they throw their entire lead in one fight.
Ornhorn's gonna get called out top side. Ethos is gonna get another solo kill onto this player, bad here on the Gnar. And the Gnar is not having a fun time against this Orn, man.
Oh man, and this is a matchup that the Gnar should win usually, but struggling so hard with Ethoson's Orn now getting his second plating here, up 2 kills, has the Merc Treads and the Bramble Vest already finished there, and oh man, this is rough for the Gnar.
Yeah, man, like Ethosin is playing it so smart. He's taking advantage of when the Gnar goes mini, like he can still trade when he's mega, but like when the moment he goes mini is like that's when he starts just blowing everything out, and then just like going in for these really hard kills because you know people really underestimate that Ornn damage. The brittle does at the moment does 13.8% max health damage. Like that's just disgusting on a champion that is no, it's 16%. So the fire is 16%, and then the brittle effect afterwards is 13.8. So it's like basically dealing about 30, almost 30%, or a little over 30% max health damage right there. Like just base level, just a max W there. And like that's just plain disgusting for a champion. Condemn's gonna go into Lulu in the bot side here, but it's not gonna amount to much. But like overall, gold lead is gonna get satiated a little bit. They're gonna bring it back by about 1,000, so it's gonna be about 1.5k for the side of the Tigers. As the second Drake is gonna spawn here. It's gonna be a Mountain Drake here. So what is the combination of a Cloud and a Mountain gonna give us in the Soup Bowl today for us here in Dream?
Well, let's go ahead and find out. I'll actually look at my chart this time. Let's see. Cloud into Mountain is a blank for me, so I don't know.
Ooh, it's gonna be an Ocean Soul on the Soup Kitchen here tonight for us, man. At the top lane here, Newbie Jungle does have the Rift Herald. Gonna trade the second Drake for that, so he's gonna try to see if he can counter jungle a little bit. But both sides not really gonna find too much in the counter jungle column.
I mean, it is going to be a net trade, I would say, for the or net win because the Rattlers are down in gold here. Hold on.
Ooh, mid lane here. Grug's gonna do a really nice flash to sidestep the encore there. So very nice job there. Bot side here, gonna look for a dive. Cocaine is here, gonna pop the paranoia. Gonna flash on forward there with the speed up. Gonna get the fear onto the Sivir, but the polymorph is gonna go down. So overall, it's just gonna be a trade of 2 summoners and 2 ultimates for 2 summoners and another 2 ultimates there for the side of Tigers and
yeah, and if you're the Rattlers, you take those trades. You're behind here, so and it looks like it's going to be the mid lane turret going down here.
Yep, this
very close
turret. It's not gonna go down. 53 HP. Highly unfortunate. It didn't kind of probably could have greeted a little bit there. You know, that would have been super worth, especially if you're a Seraphine, you know, trying to get a little bit ahead in this game here. But it looks like Morgana is going to be snuffed out here. Nocturne is coming back, but teleport mid by Sergeant Hades. So is he going to get the blue buff? No, he is not. Did not have the smite up, so that is a little bit unfortunate. You know, Ethosin gonna kind of push his lead a little bit here, having a 30 CS lead in this top lane in this matchup. Just kind of like looking down the CSD so far at about 1330. It's about 30 CS in the top, or 40 CS in the top side here, you know, as they're constantly trading back and forth. About 10 CS in the jungle in favor of Cocaine Cop. About 20 in the mid lane here in favor of Grugs. Bot side here, Sivir has about 15k or 15 gold lead. Ooh, 15,000 minions, that'd be insane. 15 gold lead, or
hold on,
minion lead for Buddy. But top side here, gonna get the stun, gonna flash forward, but gonna flash sidestep the binding there in the top side. So Ethosin is doing really good job there, kind of dodging out on those biting. But mid lane here, they looks like it could go for a dive, but Sergeant Hades is gonna immediately clear the wave here. Chaos does have the unbreakable will here, but bot side here, but it is gonna go in onto Focus Nimprov here, but not gonna amount to much. But the Alistair is coming around the back, so they could go for another dive. Unbreakable will is still up. He does have the Hex Flash, though you can kind of look for that little peekaboo there. But overall, lots of things being forced, but not really much happening around the map so far.
Yeah, the Hades getting pressured, not able to get that final 53 HP, taken away from the tower. Orianna has to play super minion to make sure that those minions don't reach the tower, because a stiff breeze will knock that tower over in the mid lane there. As Ornn starting to lose out a little bit in these trades here. Wait, I say that as
comes the Ornn Horn is gonna land here, not gonna go in wall up, it's not gonna land there, but I kind of just want like Sergeant Hades just kind of like just spam a bunch of abilities, just walk up, use the empowered W or the empowered auto, and just hit it, and like it would break the tower. But like he's not gonna go too aggressive for it. He's
Yeah, I mean, the
playing very
Orianna
reserved.
has to play a bit preserved because the Orianna already has the mythic item finished there. Has
Oof.
the Luden's Tempest. Luden's Tempest, yes, that is correct. Okay, Luden's Tempest finished there. It looks like the Seraphine still working on their mythic item, but does have a stronger stack tier though, so I'm going to enjoy that as going to go ahead and get that reset in and should be able to afford their mythic item now.
Nope, that's
No,
gonna get
not
pumped.
enough.
Oof. He's
Um,
about 200 gold off, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But Drake's gonna spawn about 35 seconds here, so I expect a full-on team fight. Like, I want to see how spicy this 5v5 team fight is gonna go. Ornhorn is probably not gonna come up here as mid lane finally does fall down. Nobody's gonna get that local first tower gold, so that is a little bit unfortunate. But Chaos is gonna go and get a little bit of wards, but he is gonna sidestep the binding there. Both supports do not have mythic items yet, but everybody else on the map does so far. So Chaos is gonna get the smite, gonna get binded here. Use the unbreakable will a little bit late, but not gonna get the kill overall. But looks like the Nocturne is going to go down. That's a flash and art for the Vayne. Vayne is going to get really, really low here. Going to kite out, but there comes the Ornhorn. Going to get the kill onto the Morgana, but the Orn is huge. He's going to get exhausted, so it's going to make him a little small Ornhorn. But Gnar is going to get a double kill. Not quite going to get the Vayne in the end, so it is going to be a single kill for him. Going to get the shutdown on a much-needed shutdown onto that Orn. And this is going to be the first Drake here for the side of the Rattlers, as the team fight goes 4-for-1.
Yeah, and most importantly there, the Seraphine, because Seraphine showed up a bit late there, held on to that encore there, so still has it if a fight were to break out very, very soon, and going to be feeling very, very good about that. Winning that team fight there does put them ahead in gold, if only so slightly, only about a 300 gold lead there, but they now have the gold advantage over the enemy team there. The mid lane turret also goes down during all of that, and yeah, everybody's just gonna go ahead and go back and buy here while they have the chance.
Yeah, man, it's just like highly unfortunate because like Nocturne goes in. I don't even think he doesn't look like he even used the paranoia there in that team fight, but you know, it just gets caught out with all like the various CC that the Rattlers have in their composition. Like they have a lot of long range CC, so it's like super rough. So like Kane or the Nocturne does get called out by one of those stray bindings there. But it looks like mid lane here, Grug is gonna get hit with that stray binding that I said so before. The Dark Harvest is gonna frog, gonna get the kill over to Newbie Jungle here. As the Paranoia does go top here, Mega Nart is still Mega, gonna throw the boulder, but not quite gonna get the kill. Gonna go Mini here, is gonna get taken down. Shutdown going over to Cocaine Cop. Teleport coming in by Sergeant Hades. He doesn't have the Encore yet, but Cocaine Cop, he's not gonna get hit with any of the bindings here. But the Soul Shackle is gonna go down. Newbie Jungle might get taken down here, but the Polymorph is gonna come out in the nick of time here. Is in the bot lane. Butters is super, super high level and not really over CS, but he is very high leveled. So Vayne is going to have a little bit of a hard time going for that, as the Rift Herald will get taken down here twice for the Rattlers here, as the gold lead is still going to remain pretty much about the same.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to send two people down there, so that way the Vayne can grab this turret here. So they are going to take a bit of a lead in the gold. Unfortunately, they are going to take it back. It's going to be a 200 gold lead, and now this is where the side of Viper's composition really starts to shine, starts to overpower the enemy composition. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Luden's Tempest comes out for the Seraphine. I would have expected the Leandries. Probably didn't want to put two Leandries on the team, so going for the Tempest. Hold on.
Ooh, hold up. Bot side here. Chaos is going to go in. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb for Focus Nimprov. Going to give over the kill to Morgana here. Just a little bit too deep getting that vision there.
Yeah, Morgana now on a rampage there. Has the Rift Herald in inventory, ready to go. Has the stopwatch as well. Almost there for the Zonya's Hourglass here. And Ornn, despite having that early lead, just can't seem to push to get this tower. Gnar has pretty much caught up with him as far as the damage goes. So able to get a hold of this as
Top side here, gonna be a little bit of fighting, but Rift Herald's gonna be pop bot. They should get this tower, probably gonna live with slightly slim margins after the Shelly charge here. But, oh, never mind, gonna get taken out in one fell swoop. Cocaine Cop might get caught out here, does still have the Shroud of Darkness, so he can still kind of buffer it. But he's gonna go Paranoia in 1v3, gonna get binded, gonna get rooted down. But the Soul Shackles is gonna pick up one here by K-Cog. But there goes Ethos, gonna get a 3-man Ornn Horde, gonna get a shockwave onto one, double kill going over to Grug, seeing if he can try to get him as fast as he can, but Poisoned Viper is running as fast as he can, and he's just gonna get on out here, getting all these slows down with the beat drop. But Hades is in a bit of a predicament here, not gonna quite get the kill onto Grug, but Shard Hades is gonna go down here, Condemned going into the wall, shut down going over to the Vayne, as the Gnar is still pushing the top side, gonna finally get the top tier 1 as the Drake does spawn in about 45 seconds.
Yeah, overextending just a bit too far there from the Rattlers. Unfortunately, they give away multiple shutdowns and they lose all pressure on that next dragon. And stacking these dragons, stopping the Tigers from getting these dragons is very, very important, because Ocean Soul on a team with a lot of tanks like this is very difficult to deal with. The top lane tower does go down there. We do see about a 1,500 gold separation between the two teams. Once again, 10-12 kills. This is a very close game by all rights here, as we do see the Death Bush being stacked up here.
Yeah, man, just like the great thing about having an Ornn, oh my god, half the health gone from the Lulu there. But, well, as I was saying, like, the great thing about having an Ornn that's, you know, really strong and fed is not the fact that, like, you know, you're gonna have, like, the tank, engage, assassin, fighter, juggernaut carrying your game. Ooh, they're gonna get the shockwave onto one. The Morgana is gonna get the Soul Shackle down, gonna get the kill onto the Alistair there. Ethosin is in the thick of it all, but he is not gonna quite go down yet. Gonna get half health, but there goes the Paranoid into the fray there for Cocaine Cop. Gonna pick up 2, gonna pick up 3, and that's gonna be a triple kill for the Nocturne. Gnar is about to hit Mega here, but there goes the Q onto Poisonous Viper. Gonna take him a little bit low, but not gonna amount to much, and that's gonna be soul point for the Tigers and a 1-team fight for them also.
Yeah, they end up bursting out CowJ on, CowJ on the Alistair before he can get his ult off. But after that, they go too deep. The Sivir decides to go frontline there, gives up a free kill over to the Nocturne, and unfortunately, the Lulu's standing right, or the Morgana standing right next to him, so it goes down as well. And then Seraphine not able to get the ult off in time. I think it was still off cooldown until that exact moment. So it is not only going to be the third dragon, it's also going to be the Baron. Going over.
Oh, my bad. But as I was saying, it's like Grug's, like, the positioning he had, like, right outside that wall out of vision was so good. Like, having all that magic pen on all these squishy champions funneling through that one little choke point, it's such a scary sight to see. And he just, like, bursts so hard. Like, as we saw before, the Lulu pretty much gets half health by a single combo from the Orianna there, just with the Luden Tempest without the Seraphs, if I remember. But overall, it's, like, just very nice team fighting there. Grug's doing a lot of damage, and Cocaine Cop going in with a bucket and a mop to clean up the mess. So Baron is on them for about another 2 minutes here. About a little under a 4k gold lead, about 3.7k gold for the side of Tigers. 3 towers to 2 in favor of the Rattlers. So we're going to see if the Tigers can get a push off. Their siege is not the greatest in the world, because the Rattlers have a lot of wave clear with a Sivir, Seraphine, Morgana, but it looks like they are going to go top here, see if they can try to pinch off the Gnar here. As the Shurelius does get popped, not going to quite get the condemn here, just going to get on out. Mid lane is going to get pushed. They're going to split up the map a little bit for the Tigers here, as the mid lane is going to, mid lane tier 2 should fall here, as 4 of the Rattlers are pushing it down. But are you going to outpush Baron? Let's see if they can do that. No wave is top. There is a big wave mid, but teleport's coming in. Ornhorn is going to get called here. Is going to get the knockup. No, not quite yet. Seraphine and Gnar are top side. The Ornn is mid here. He is level 15, so looks like Seraphine is there. Paranoid's gonna go on in. Does have the Encore. Not gonna get it off in time. Gnar is about to hit Mega here. Is he gonna re-engage? Shockwave gonna miss. He does have the flash, but nobody's there to follow up the damage. Sivir is finally backing. Top lane inhibitor is gonna fall here, and that just was not a worth play there for the Rattlers.
Yeah, thought they could outpush the Baron, but unfortunately unable to do so, with the Ornn able to clear the minion wave there, unfortunately, and they end up losing their top lane inhibitor for it. Gonna have a bit of a hard time getting down to the spot side for that for this soul that the Tigers can pick up here in a minute and a half. Going to have to keep an eye on that the top lane, especially because both the Orianna and the Ornn have teleports there. The teleport now burned from Sergeant Hades. Teleport is available for the Gnar, but they need to be very, very aware. There is a ward in the base as well, so if there is a hard committal to this bot lane or to this dragon play, they can just TP to end the game.
Yeah, man, so far, Ornn is level 15, already has 2 Ornn upgrades to the 2 main carriers, the Orianna and the Vayne so far already. So that is a huge stat buff for this upcoming fight. Drake's going to be up in about 40 seconds here, man, but like, we haven't seen like a full-on proper team fight with the Rattlers yet. You know, they have this really strong team fight composition, but they haven't really been positioning into the right spot to make use of, you know, all these things here. But it looks like Vayne is going to get chunked out a little bit, but Sergeant Hades is going to get chunked out a little bit more. Can't really siege too well against Sivir here, but Morgana's gonna go on the flank, gonna get taken down. Shockwave is gonna miss. Rug's getting real low there, but Sergeant Hades is gonna get lower. Butters is gonna get knocked up, gonna get the polymorph onto him, not gonna get the return kill onto the Sivir or the Vayne or the Alistar here, and it looks like they're just gonna teleport in. Gonna see if they can try to end the game here. No real damage here. Gnar is gonna have to fight off the Nocturne and the Alistar, but gonna miss the boomerang. Oh wow, he was gonna take the Alistar down, but the Vayne is here. Gonna get the final kill, or not quite doing enough damage as he should. You know, gonna take tower aggro a little bit with the Bramble Vest, but Morgana is spawning in about 3 seconds here, so it doesn't look like the Tigers can't end the game. But that's such a really big successful team fight, as the bot lane inhibitor tower is gonna fall here.
Yeah, and Ornn is also going to take the mid lane inner tower as well. Vayne does need to run. She is there by herself, but the Ocean Soul is going to go over to the Tigers here, and oh man, this is rough. They can't get a team fight that they can actually engage on. They try with the flank with the Morgana, but the Morgana is caught on wards and just gets blown up instantaneously there. It's just, if they can get a team fight, I do think the Rattlers can stay in this, but the Tigers just aren't letting them play how they want to play. The Rattlers just have to play reactively, and that's not how this composition wants to play. They want to fight. They want fight on their terms, and they're just not being allowed to.
Yeah, man, just the vision and control from the Tigers is absolutely on point. Almost everybody on the Tigers has 20+ vision score, man. Like, no wards are pretty much getting out for this team, and like, just like, look at all the control wards scattered out across the map. Bot side, 2 control wards. Top side, doesn't look like there's any. Oh, bot side, never mind. There's 3 of them there. But top side, there's only going to be about 1 in the river, or 3 or 2 there. But there's going to be a lot of smaller, just regular scouting wards. But like, overall, it's like, the Rattlers aren't, you know, just getting on their terms, as you said, man. Like, they just kind of keep walking into the Tigers, and they're just constantly getting engaged upon Chaos with these really nice pulverized combos. Cocaine Cop getting right into the thick of things, being really tanky. Can't really burst them out. Ethos in following up really nicely with the Ornhorn. So it's just really not a fun time there for the Rattlers, as the second Baron is going to get claimed here at about 30 minutes. So now they have the Baron, they have the Soul. Elder Drake's coming up in about 420. but so far it doesn't look like the game will go far enough for that to happen. The gold lead is about 8k here so far. 8k, I think. 8 towers to 4. So it looks Tigers could possibly go for a full-on rush here, but it is very, very dangerous to do that into a Seraphine Gnar.
We do have the top lane inhibitor respawning though, so that's a little bit of pressure that's going to be taken off the board. But it looks like the top lane or the bot lane inhibitor is going to be on the menu for the Tigers. There, they're going to eat that up very quickly, and yeah, it's just gone there. They still have super minions pushing on the top side despite the inhibitor respawning. They're going to rotate to mid. They are doing this very, very cleanly.
Oh, that's a lot of chunk. Yeah, he's gonna get chunked really low here. Mega is about to pop here. It's gonna pop right here. He does not have to flash for like another minute or two, so he is gonna have a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah,
Drugs is by himself a little bit here, but he does a lot of damage. He pretty much chunks like anybody at half health that isn't not. So right now,
did you see the how quickly they disengage the moment they see Mega Gnar is up, and now that the Mega Gnar is gone, they're coming back in here. So,
yep, Tigers playing clean, methodical League of Legends. Base broken wide open there, but the wave clear from Rattlers is absolutely awesome. You have a Sivir that's really, really fed, 263 CS, averaging about probably 7. Wow, that's a lot of chunk there, but the Ocean Soul is just going to heal him right up there with the Alistair heal also. So they could look for a dive here. There's going to be a 2-man shockwave onto a polymorph going onto the Seraphine. Seraphine does not have the Encore. It's not going to quite hit anybody yet. Gnar's going to try to soul out the Vayne, but not going to go much. Nocturne's going deep into the back lane. Going to get a double kill. Might get a triple kill here. Going to have to flash out from Fountain. But the Gnar is going to get taken down. Going to take the Vayne down with him. But it looks like that should be the game. The only people left are the Morg and the Sivir. Those are the 2 carries. Nocturne's just hitting the Nexus tower. And that's going to be it. The Rattlers will not go undefeated into the night. And the Tigers will take a game off of them and move up in the standings.
Yeah, they are going to end up tied for first place with the Rattlers here. What an excellent performance from all members, and Orianna just doing massive, massive amounts of damage. Like, holy, these damage charts. Yes, it was the Nocturne and the Sivir actually topping the charts there, but the Orianna with those pivotal ultimates always catching at least 2 or 3 people there. Just really good play from the Tigers, and they are going to end up tied for first place there with the Rattlers. So these 2 teams are the teams to watch out for. If you are playing against them, keep yourself on notice. These 2 are the powerhouses for the league.
Ooh, spicy stuff here, man. I'm trying to scroll through the match history here to see who would be the top kahuna in the LRS draft here so far, but for now, so far, from what I'm looking through, it doesn't look like the Vipers and the Vipers and the Tigers have met yet so far. So it looks like, oh no, the Tigers did beat the Vipers today. I forgot about that. So Tigers will right at this moment, they will have sole possession of first place in the LRS draft in week 3 so far, because they beat, since they're tied with the Vipers. They did win their other game, so they are going to be tied standings wise, but the Tigers will take the lead in the head-to-head since the Tigers did beat the Vipers earlier today. So right now, Tigers have possession of first place. Ooh, big brain. Wow. I had to look through all that to get that spiel out, bro. But whew, damage. Look at these charts. Ooh.
Huh. Well, we are going to go ahead and, I believe, send it off to a quick break before we have our closing thoughts. Predictions should be opening up here for who you think, or not predictions, but player of the game should be opening up very soon for who you guys think was the best player from the Tigers here. So go ahead and take your time, make your picks, and we will see you guys in a few minutes.
And welcome back to the fabulous analyst desk of myself. That was a wonderful game, a really banger of a game. Actually, I actually would thought that Radler was gonna pull out the win, but Tigers proved me wrong. And the jungler Nick, he's your player of the game, going 9-2-7 on the Nocturne. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions on that game? Mm,
Whoops, I
oh,
thought I was not muted anymore. My bad. Uh,
I forgot I muted myself on the Discord as well. But what are you guys' thoughts and opinions on that game?
I honestly, any one of the Tigers members could have gotten that player of the game. Nocturne played phenomenally. The support played phenomenally.
Mm-hmm.
The mid laner with those 2-3 man shockwaves, game changing, especially around that final dragon fight there over the wall with the shockwave there as well. Just really good plays overall. The Ornn solo killing the Gnar in the early game,
Mm-hmm.
completely dominating that lane too. Just overall, the Tigers played better League of Legends today, and they 100% deserve the victory.
I have to say, one thing I realized is that your carry is your mid laner for the Radlers, and I feel like they need to like realize that. I understand like Seraphine is a good champion, you know, in the mid lane. She does a lot of damage. She has really good, you know, her ult's really good support. But I feel like that's not a type of style that fits the Radlers. I feel like they need a high damage mid laner for Hades to actually pop off. Because it looks like, because it seemed like he was kind of struggling against the Oriana when it came past pre 6.
Yeah, man, just like Tigers, they put up they okay, let me reiterate. It wasn't a good fight, it was like absolute domination. They pretty much held a pretty decent sized gold lead for a majority of the game. Like if we're looking at the gold graph here, which I cannot look at because I am not part of the game, but like the gold graph, if I could imagine it right now, it was pretty big. Like the every now and then the Rattlers did get a decent lead every now and then, maybe a K, but they never really went beyond that. Pretty much the Tigers had run of the game the entire time. Cocaine was always going bot, punishing this bot like, being a weak early game and then realizing and then Ethosen, weak side, top side, he only died to Morgana ganks like about twice and he solo killed the Gnar multiple times. So he did his job with flying colors. Mid lane here, Grugs, he even though he's going against one of the, as a sub and he's going against one of the best mid laners in the LRS draft, he did pretty damn well. Like he out traded Sergeant Hades, he out rotated him, and then just constantly kind of they the Tigers as a whole look to kind of push their lead super hard with their very hard team fighting, team scaling comp because they kind of look for these late leads early in the game with either the CS or constantly looking for like these really high aggressive plays with their stronger early game composition that they picked for themselves.
Yeah, like I said, overall a very very good game from the Tigers there. Rattlers, they're still in a very strong position overall in the league. Only dropping one game so far, but it does show that even gods bleed, you know. Uh, so that should do it, unless anybody has any more closing
uh,
comments for the night.
don't forget to check out the stream tomorrow, the LAS pre-made. I think they changed the stream. It's is it
It's still
Acon?
8.
Is it Acon? No, well, the
What?
player, the people who are streaming.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately,
oh yeah. Oh yeah, I
one of the
remember.
teams was forced to drop due to unfortunate circumstances. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to know more, go look at the competitive rulings tab. But Unfortunately, that one of the teams had a drop that was being streamed, so we are moving the stream over to a different team. Hold on, let me go ahead and look
It's
at.
a Vanguard versus someone. I forget how to pronounce the other team.
Well, we'll figure
Um,
that out tomorrow. But tomorrow
But
is going to be a new day. We're going to figure that out
and
eventually, and
then
we will definitely put
also
it out.
we are going to at the end of the stream going to raid Focus Esports, and everyone's gonna type in hashtag Mint win because we're gonna support Mint because they're in the finals. Yeah, I think they're in the actually finals and possibly
it
gonna be able
is
to win the championship.
semifinals,
Is it
maybe. No,
semifinals? I thought it was semifinals for Uprising.
no, this is finals.
Yep. Yeah, they're on finals on finals for Focus, and we're gonna root for them, and hopefully they can pull out a championship.
Yeah, they are down 1-2, so they need our support.
Ooh.
But until next time, guys.